More retail results this morning, giving us another piece in the puzzle showing where consumers are spending and where they're not. Among the bigger names reporting, Best Buy and Dollar General. Dollar General cratering, it's cut its full-year outlook. On the other hand, Best Buy raised its full-year earnings guidance. Our next guest covers both names. Joining us now is UBS analyst Michael Lasser. Michael, good morning. Thanks for joining us. So, what did you make, first of all, of Dollar General and what the issue there? And I think there's been kind of some oversimplification of the consumer market where people say, well, there's the lower end, which is struggling, and the higher end, which is not. But isn't it more about just value and price to value, no matter what your income level right now?
There's no doubt that the consumer environment is complicated. If we were to assign some themes or words, the best choice would be purposeful, tenuous, bifurcated. And there is no doubt that value and the value equation is really key. What happened with Dollar General is serving that low-income consumer that is showing incremental pressure given all of the issues that have weighed on that cohort over the last few years. And Dollar General is feeling some of that. In turn, its sales are going to be slower than it previously expected, and it's probably going to make some investments in areas like price and clearing out excess inventory to deal with that. And that's weighing on the stock today.
But when you look at, let's say, Walmart, which is also very price competitive, they seem to be executing better. How much of this is a consumer issue with Dollar General, and how much just is about execution and strategy?
I think execution is playing into the various performance of these retailers. I would also keep in mind that retail has always been an extremely competitive sector. There are different trends that are happening at some of these players, though. Walmart's being very effective online. Dollar General doesn't have an online presence in any meaningful way. So that does go into the relative performance of those retailers. But execution clearly is having an impact on who's performing well and who's not at this point.
Yeah, and what about Best Buy, and what do you see there going into the school season with regard to laptops, all the things that students need for back to school? Is that going to give them a boost, or what's the outlook?
So we like Best Buy, and we think that the results today validated that Best Buy is on a stable path forward. What it showed is that it's starting to see some green shoots in certain product categories like laptops, and that's even before the broad rollout of new technologies such as artificial intelligence. What is important here is that the company noted sales in August were flat year over year. That's the first time it reported flat sales in quite some time in the wake of the pandemic. So that stabilization should usher in good performance for the consumer electronics category, in turn helping Best Buy as it enters 2025. That's also an important point for the broader retail sector, because this is one of the first categories that's starting to show some recovery from the COVID pull forward of demand. It's not surprising that the consumer is using these products regularly on a daily basis. And so those items that were purchased in 2020, 2021 now start to need to be replaced. And Best Buy stands in great position to benefit from that.